Welcome to Houston, Texas, where towering skylines meet quiet gardens, and history lives right beside everyday life. Today, we're exploring the city beyond the surface, its parks, monuments, museums, and hidden moments that make Houston unforgettable. So slow down, look closer, and come experience Houston. One place, one story at a time. First stop, the Space Center Houston. Space Center Houston is a science museum that serves as the official visitor center of NASA.
Welcome to Space Center Houston.
It is the cornerstone project of the nonprofit Manned Spaceflight Education Foundation, a 501c3 organization. The center opened in 1992, replacing the former visitor center in Johnson Space Center Building 2. The museum is 250,000 square feet and displays over 400 space artifacts, including the Mercury 9, Gemini 5, and Apollo 17 flown space capsules, and the only space shuttle visitors can walk inside. NASA stands for National Aeronautics and Space Administration. It is an independent agency of the U.S. federal government responsible for the United States Civil Space Program and for research in aeronautics and space exploration. Headquartered in Washington, D.C., NASA operates 10 field centers across the United States and is organized into mission directorates for science, space operations, exploration systems development, space technology, aeronautics research, and mission support. The International Space Station. The International Space Station, ISS, is a continuously inhabited research laboratory orbiting Earth since November 2000, making it one of the greatest engineering collaborations in human history. In 2024, Northrop Grumman donated this full-size ground mock-up habitat module originally built for NASA's Lunar Orbit Station concept, the Future Gateway. The module dimensions are 14 feet in diameter and 21 feet long, weighs about 7,500 pounds. The installation was done so people can enter the habitat and see its interior layout. See an arrangement reminiscent of a space station interior, wall-mounted racks for science and equipment, a crew quarters, a sleeping rest area, and a control tower area that includes a water dispenser, Josh rehydration station for astronaut-style freeze-dried food, giving visitors a feel for what living in orbit or lunar orbit might be like. One hatch where a lunar lander could dock, another where a crewed spacecraft, like Orion spacecraft, would arrive, so we get a sense of how spacecraft connect and orbit around the moon. Essentially, it's a walk-through spacecraft habitat, a rare chance for the public to experience something close to what astronauts might inhabit in future lunar missions. This part of the museum is the Artemis exhibit. This inflatable moon serves as a visual and experiential symbol, a fun, immersive way to connect visitors with lunar exploration. It's used alongside other interactive exhibits to help bring the moon and upcoming moon missions into a relatable human-scale experience. The NASA Crew Portrait Gallery. The Crew Portrait Wall recognizes every NASA astronaut who has flown in space, from the earliest pioneers to present-day station crews. Artemis is taking the first woman and the first person of color to the moon. Now let us take a tram tour to the rocket park.
All right, hello everyone. Welcome on to our tram tour today. Please make sure you're remaining seated at all times. If you are traveling with any small kids and their feet don't fully reach the floor, please make sure that they are seated in a center seat and not on a seat on the edge. All right, it looks like everybody is remaining seated, so we should be all clear.
The tram tour is a guided, open-air shuttle bus experience that takes visitors behind the scenes at the NASA Johnson Space Center. The tour offers a mix of historical, educational, and operational insights, showing parts of NASA we usually cannot access on our own. For this visit, we are just doing the historic rocket park.
Look over to your right-hand side to this big white warehouse-like building with a Saturn V outline on it. This building and its surrounding area make up the George W. Abbey Rocket Park, our destination today. Inside of this building is a real Saturn V rocket. In fact, it is the only Saturn V rocket left on display in the entire world that is all real and all flight certified. It is made of pieces in the 3 canceled Apollo missions, Apollo 18, 19, and 20.
Rocket Park is an outdoor exhibition area at Space Center Houston, featuring real rockets and historical spacecraft. It showcases the engineering achievements of NASA's Apollo and Space Shuttle programs and gives visitors a tangible sense of scale. This is the real full-scale Saturn V, the rocket that took astronauts to the moon during the Apollo program. The Saturn V is the massive launch vehicle used in NASA's Apollo program to send astronauts to the moon. It remains the tallest, heaviest, and most powerful rocket ever flown successfully. The height is 363 foot. The weight at launch is 6.2 million pounds. The payload to low Earth orbit is 260,000 pounds. At Space Center Houston, the Saturn V is displayed horizontally to allow visitors to see its stages, engines, and internal structure up close. They are 3 stages: S1C, the first stage, massive engines that lift the rocket off the ground. S2, the second stage, continues propulsion after first stage separation. S4B, the third stage, carries the Apollo spacecraft and lunar module toward the moon. During the first stage, more than 90% of the mass at launch was propellant, in this case, RP-1 rocket fuel and liquid oxygen oxidizer. It was 138 foot tall and 33 foot in diameter. The stage provided 7,750,000 pound force of thrust at sea level to get the rocket through the first 38 miles of ascent. The stage had 5 F1 engines in a quincunx arrangement. The center engine was fixed in position, while the 4 outer engines could be hydraulically gimbaled to control the rocket. During the second stage, using liquid hydrogen and liquid oxygen, it had 5 J2 engines in a quincunx pattern. The second stage accelerated the Saturn V through the upper atmosphere with 1 million pounds force of thrust. During the third stage, which had just 1 J2 rocket engine, for lunar missions it was fired twice, first for Earth orbit insertion after second stage cutoff, and then for translunar injection. This is the Apollo 13 bronze statue. Here is the Independence Plaza. The Independence Plaza exhibit complex contains the world's only high-fidelity space shuttle replica, where it stands mounted on one of the 2 original shuttle carrier aircraft. Independence Plaza is the only place where the public can enter both vehicles. The Space Shuttle replica Independence, formerly known as Explorer, was previously located at Kennedy Space Center Visitor Complex, but was moved to make way for a new permanent attraction hall for Space Shuttle Atlantis. Independence is now displayed atop the retired shuttle carrier aircraft, NASA 905. On August 14, 2014, a heavy lift called the Rise of Independence was completed to place Independence on top of NASA 905. The plane was transported to Space Center Houston from Ellington Airport on April 30, 2014. Space Center Houston was briefly considered as a home for one of the retired Space Shuttle orbiters, but the Kennedy Space Center Visitor Complex, Intrepid Sea, Air and Space Museum, and California Science Center were instead selected. A NASA report showing the final scoring showed Space Center Houston finished 10th among 13 museums competing for the 3 orbiters, not already committed to the Smithsonian Air and Space Museum. This is a hands-on walkthrough experience that blends history, engineering, and astronautics. The Shuttle Carrier Aircraft, SCA, is a modified Boeing 747 jetliner used by NASA to transport Space Shuttle orbiters from landing sites back to Kennedy Space Center in Florida. At Space Center Houston, the SCA is displayed with the Space Shuttle Independence mounted on top, forming the centerpiece of Independence Plaza. There were 2 SCAs built, NASA 905 and NASA 911. Visitors can explore both the orbiter and the aircraft, getting a sense of the scale and complexity of the shuttle program.
Welcome to Kemah Boardwalk.
Kemah Boardwalk, located about 30 minutes south of Houston, is one of the Gulf Coast's most popular waterfront entertainment destinations. This is the Event Plaza. It is the central outdoor gathering space at Kemah Boardwalk, the heart of its entertainment scene. It's the open-air stage and activity hub where most live shows, festivals, and seasonal celebrations take place. This building is the Boardwalk Inn. It houses shops and restaurants such as Kemah Outfitters, Human Resources Bayside Grill, Kemah Sales Office Style and Trend, the Candy Box Sweet Scoops, Ice Cream Arcade Galaxy. The Kemah Boardwalk is a 60-acre Texas Gulf Coast theme park in Kemah, Texas. The boardwalk is built entirely along the shores of Galveston Bay and Clear Lake. The complex is owned and operated by Landry's, Inc. There is no charge to walk on the boardwalk. Tickets are sold for rides. Boardwalk Beast. The Boardwalk Beast is Kemah's high-speed, high-energy offshore thrill ride. A 25-minute adrenaline-pumping cruise on Galveston Bay that feels part speedboat, part dance party, part soaking wet adventure. The boat blasts off from the boardwalk and reaches up to 40 miles per hour on open water, carving sharp turns and sending spray flying. You will get wet. The crew cranks upbeat music, hypes the crowd, and creates a fun, wild vibe throughout the ride. Part of the experience is the spray. Riders often get soaked from waves and boat maneuvers. Sit toward the front or sides for the wettest seats. Carousel. The Carousel is one of Kemah Boardwalk's classic family-friendly attractions, a beautifully designed double-decker merry-go-round that adds nostalgic charm to the waterfront. Hypnospin. Hypnospin is Kemah Boardwalk's dizzying, fast-spinning thrill ride, a classic scrambler-style attraction with colorful lights, sudden swivels, and non-stop motion that keeps riders laughing and holding on tight. Flare. Flare is Kemah Boardwalk's high-energy looping ride, a 73-foot-tall fireball-style coaster that sends riders forward and backward through a full 360-degree loop, delivering big airtime, hang time, and a burst of adrenaline. It delivers strong G-forces and a few seconds of floating hang time at the top of the loop. Flare is perfect for thrill seekers who want a fast looping experience without the length or intensity of a giant coaster. With its bright colors and circular loop, Flare stands out visually on the boardwalk. At night, its LED lights make it look like a glowing, spinning ring of fire. Awesome for photos or video. Jungle Bounce. Jungle Bounce is Kemah Boardwalk's kid-friendly mini drop tower, a cheerful, bouncy ride full of giggles, gentle thrills, and bright jungle-themed decor. It's perfect for younger children who want a taste of excitement without the intensity of the big thrill rides. Aviator. Aviator is a high-flying, spinning swing ride that lifts riders into the air and sends them soaring in wide circles above the boardwalk. It's a classic thrill with smooth motion, sweeping views, and just the right mix of height and speed. Takeoff into the sky riders sit in suspended two-person seats shaped like small aircraft. As the ride rises, the swings begin to spread outward, creating that gliding, weightless feeling. Wide, spinning flight. The Aviator rotates in a large circle, giving riders cool breezes, gentle G-forces, a floating sensation. It's exciting but not overwhelming, perfect for families and teens. Wonder Wheel. The Wonder Wheel is Kemah Boardwalk's classic, kid-friendly Ferris-style attraction. It's smaller and slower than the large observation wheel at other parks, making it perfect for families with young children who want a calm, colorful ride without heights or big thrills. Rockin' Rocket. The Rockin' Rocket is a playful space-themed ride that swings riders back and forth while gently rotating. It's designed to feel like you're riding inside a rocket ship taking off, dipping and soaring again. Fun without being too intense. Boardwalk Tower. The Boardwalk Tower is Kemah's slow-moving, panoramic observation tower that lifts guests into the air for a peaceful 360-degree view of the entire boardwalk, the marina, and the waters of Galveston Bay. It's calm, scenic, and perfect for all ages. Pharaoh's Fury. Up next on our tour of the Kemah Boardwalk, we're stepping into the ancient world, one massive swing at a time. If you've ever walked past the heart of the boardwalk, you've probably seen it. A giant Egyptian-themed ship soaring back and forth, silhouettes of riders rising into the sky as waves crash below. This is Pharaoh's Fury, one of Kemah's iconic family thrill rides, and it's impossible to ignore. The first thing you notice is the artwork. Bold hieroglyphic patterns, golden pharaoh designs, and a towering ship that looks like it sailed straight out of an ancient temple. But make no mistake, this is no slow cruise down the Nile. This is a full-scale pendulum ride built to lift you, drop you, and lift you again. The ship begins its gentle sway, just a few feet at first, but every swing gets higher and higher and higher. Soon you're gliding through the air with that familiar flutter in your stomach as gravity slips away for a split second. That's the magic of Pharaoh's Fury, perfectly timed weightlessness mixed with smooth, soaring arcs. Listen to the reactions around you. Nervous laughter on the early swings, full volume screams once the ship hits maximum height, and pure exhilaration as everyone remembers. Oh yeah, this ride is way bigger than it looks from the ground. From one end of the ship, you'll feel a powerful rush as you're lifted nearly upright, staring straight down at the boardwalk below. From the other end, you'll see clear views toward the waterfront and the sparkling bay. And in the middle, it's the sweet spot, still thrilling, but just calm enough for first-timers and families. The entire ride lasts just long enough to give you that perfect adrenaline burst without overwhelming you. And when the ship finally slows and the swinging eases, you'll hear a mix of relieved sighs, applause, and at least one person saying, "Let's go again." Pharaoh's Fury isn't the tallest ride at Kemah. It's not the fastest, but it's one of the most timeless, simple, smooth, and surprisingly intense. A true boardwalk classic. So whether you're a thrill seeker chasing that swooping stomach drop, a parent riding with kids brave enough for their first big attraction, or just someone who loves a good old-fashioned swinging ship done right, Pharaoh's Fury is one ride you absolutely can't miss. Boardwalk Bullet. All right, thrill seekers, this is the moment you've been waiting for. Buckle in because we're about to take a ride on one of the most surprising wooden coasters in Texas. At first glance, the Boardwalk Bullet doesn't look like much. It's tucked tightly into a small corner of the Kemah Boardwalk, squeezed between shops, restaurants, and the waterfront. It doesn't tower over the skyline like the giant coasters you'd find at major theme parks. But don't let its size fool you. This coaster is a compact monster. As you climb into the wooden train and pull down the lap bar, you immediately notice the dense structure around you. Wood beams everywhere, track weaving in and out of itself. Twists, drops, turns, layered so tightly it feels like the entire ride is built on top of itself. Century Wheel. Now, let's slow things down for a moment, because this next attraction is all about the view. Standing tall above the waterfront, the Century Wheel is one of the most iconic sights at the Kemah Boardwalk. It's the classic Ferris wheel experience, calm, smooth, and peaceful, but with the added charm of sitting right on the edge of Galveston Bay. And trust me, the scenery here does not disappoint. As you step into the open-air gondola, the breeze off the water is the first thing that hits you. It's cool, refreshing, and instantly sets the mood. No blasting speed, no sudden movements. Just that gentle lift as the wheel begins its slow and steady climb. Kemah Railroad. Sometimes the best way to explore the Kemah Boardwalk isn't at full speed. It's at a gentle, scenic pace. That's where the Kemah Railroad comes in. Step aboard this bright miniature locomotive, and instantly you're transported into a classic amusement park experience. The engine chugs to life, the whistle blows, and you're off on a slow, looping tour around the boardwalk. As the train moves, you glide past the rides, restaurants, and waterfront shops. Children wave excitedly from passing carriages, families laugh at the sights, and photographers get a perfect low-angle view of the boardwalk's colorful energy.
Please exit to the left and rear of the train, and have a nice day.
At the Four Seasons Hotel, luxury five-star hotel known for refined service and a calm, upscale atmosphere, popular with business travelers, convention guests, and leisure visitors. This is the Fulbright Tower, a 52 stories building. One Park Place downtown apartments. Phoenicia Specialty Foods. The Fulbright Tower is 723 foot tall. This mural is titled Zero Hunger. It was created by Japanese street artist Dragon76. The artwork incorporates large, expressive portraits and messaging about hunger and poverty, drawing attention to how food insecurity impacts communities locally and globally. IWA Incarnate Word Academy is an all-girls Roman Catholic college preparatory school. The IWA serves grades 9 through 12 and is owned and operated by the Congregation of the Incarnate Word and Blessed Sacrament. The Annunciation Catholic Church. It has been proclaiming the good news in majestic beauty since 1869. The parish was established in 1869 just after the Civil War, making it the oldest Catholic church building in continuous use in Houston. The building is listed on the National Register of Historic Places and is a designated Texas Historical Commission historic landmark. Dakin Park. The Dakin Park serves as the home ballpark of the Houston Astros of the Major League Baseball, MLB. The stadium features a retractable roof and a natural grass playing field. The stadium has a seating capacity of around 41,000 seats. Houston. Brasserie du Parc Restaurant et Bar. This mural is titled Child Labor. It was created by French artist Hopare. The piece highlights the connection between child labor and modern consumer goods. Center Point Energy Plaza. Green Street. The Green Street parking garage with the large circular opening. That's very photogenic. The circular cutout creates a spiral, oculus effect, often used for urban photography architecture shots, social media reels, and murals nearby. At night, lighting enhances the geometric look. Tejas Grill Sport Bar. Houston Center. Putt Shack. United States Custom House. The Custom House was originally built between 1907 and 1911 as a federal post office, courthouse, and office for various federal agencies. Since 1974, the building has been listed on the National Register of Historic Places, recognizing its architectural significance. The Jesse H. Jones Hall for Performing Arts. The Houston Symphony is one of the oldest and most significant performing arts organizations in the American South. Alley Theater, Meredith J. Long, Theater Center. The Rice Hotel, opened over a century ago in 1913, this Beaux-Arts masterpiece was once the city's crown jewel of luxury, hosting presidents, celebrities, and dignitaries from around the world. The 17-story building is named after William Marsh Rice, the founder of Rice University, which owned the property for a time. The Rice Hotel hosted President John F. Kennedy on the day before his assassination in Dallas. Today, the Rice operates as a high-end residential apartment complex. This mural is titled From Slavery to Freedom, created by artists Victor Ashe and Bimbo Adenugba. It was unveiled in late August 2024 as part of a public art effort involving Street Art for Mankind, SAM. The Harris County Civil Courthouse Building. The mural is titled Inexorable. It was created by Nomad Clan. This mural is titled City of All Energies. It was created by Sébastien Boileau and Romain Froquet. This mural is titled Justice for All. It was created by Victor Ashe. The work is part of a suite of murals known as the Remembrance Murals, commissioned by SAM, the Street Art for Mankind. This mural is titled La Chamana. It was created by Spanish artist Lula Gote. This mural is titled King of the Road. It was created by German artist Case McLean. The artwork depicts a young African-American boy riding a bicycle, painted from a real-life subject, the boy named Houston Atlee. Sky Pool. The Sky Pool is a glass-bottom, cantilevered rooftop swimming pool atop Market Square Tower, a high-rise residential building in downtown. The pool's standout feature is a section that extends about 10 feet beyond the edge of the building. That overhanging portion has a thick, transparent floor made of plexiglass acrylic, giving swimmers a view straight down, roughly 500 feet to the street below. This mural is titled Houston is Inspired. It was created by Houston-born artist Mario Figueroa Jr., aka Gonzo247. The artwork spans a large wall and features bright colors, dynamic patterns, and the bold phrase, Houston is Inspired, capturing the city's energy, diversity, and creative spirit. This mural is titled Pas de Deux. It was created by Dublin-based Irish artist Ace. This building is the TC Energy Center. The Heritage Plaza Building. Heritage Plaza is a postmodern skyscraper. The tower stands 762 foot tall and has 53 floors. It offers about 150,000 square foot of office and commercial space. The building was designed by local firm M. Nazar and Partners. What really makes it distinctive is the stepped granite crowned roof, a cap inspired by Mayan temple design. The shape is often likened to a Mayan pyramid, or sometimes to a stylized eagle with outstretched wings. Chevron Corporation headquarters, the main building, 691 foot tall with 50 floors. Bob and Vivian Smith Fountain. This mural is titled Sky Dance. It was created by C. Finley. The mural portrays 3 dancers from Houston Ballet, specifically soloist Monica Gomez, first soloist Nozomi Ijima, and first soloist Allison Miller, captured mid-jeté as if soaring through the sky. This mural is by Dutch artist Mr. Super A, aka Stefan Thelen. When Tomorrow Comes by artist Best. 60% by artist Honor. This mural is titled Hope of a Greener Future, created by Mexican artist Carlos Alberto.
Welcome to the Toyota Center, the Houston Rockets.
The Toyota Center is a major sports and entertainment arena. It has a seating capacity of approximately 18,000 for basketball games, up to 19,000 plus for concerts and other events. Home of the Houston Rockets, a professional basketball team in the NBA, National Basketball Association. The team was founded in 1967, originally in San Diego, moved to Houston in 1971. This mural is titled Space City. It was created by Nikki Davis. The artwork celebrates the city's deep connection to space exploration and Houston's identity as Space City. This mural is titled Greater Sisterhood. It was created by Pink Lamine, aka Askley Price. The mural celebrates sisterhood, community service, empowerment, and progress. Depicts 3 women symbolizing diversity and strength. This mural is titled Loving Houston. It was created by Houston-born artist Emily Ding. The artwork is a tribute to Houston's unique outdoor quality of life. Joyride. The Joyride Houston is a tour and micro-transportation service in downtown. It uses fun, street-legal, low-speed vehicles, like golf cart-style shuttles, to give rides and guided tours around the city. Tucked along the banks of Buffalo Bayou in downtown Houston stands a powerful tribute to leadership, service, and history.
George Bush Monument, 41st President of the United States of America.
This striking memorial honors George Herbert Walker Bush, the 41st President of the United States, a World War II Navy pilot, and a man whose life was deeply connected to Texas. At the center of the monument is an 8-foot bronze statue of President Bush, standing with quiet confidence. He's not portrayed in grandeur or excess, but in reflection, a reminder of humility and duty. The 8-foot-tall bronze statue of President Bush, designed by sculptor Chaz Fagan. The monument was dedicated on December 2, 2004, a gift to the citizens of Houston. Behind the statue is a semicircular wall with 4 bronze bas-relief panels by Houston artist Wei Willie Wang, depicting significant chapters of Bush's life and career, from World War II Navy pilot and Texas oilman to world statesman, including moments like the end of the Cold War. From now on, in America, any definition of a successful life must include service to others. George Herbert Walker Bush, born on June 12, 1924 in Milton, Massachusetts. Died on November 30, 2018 at age 94 in Houston, Texas. This monument isn't just about politics, it's about character. Bush was known for his belief in service above self, diplomacy over division, and leadership rooted in responsibility.
Now that we're visiting Downtown Aquarium.
Welcome to the heart of downtown Houston, where marine life, amusement rides, and family fun come together at one unforgettable destination, the Downtown Aquarium. The Downtown Aquarium is a for-profit aquarium and restaurant. It was developed from two Houston landmarks, Fire Station Number 1 and the Central Waterworks building. The aquarium is on a 6-acre site. It houses over 200 species of aquatic animals in 500,000 gallons of aquariums. The Downtown Aquarium in Houston is owned and operated by Landry's, incorporated and accredited by the Association of Zoos and Aquariums. Reel to reel. We are entering the Texas Bayou exhibit. This exhibit brings the Gulf Coast marshlands to us. It's designed to replicate the marshes and bayous of the Texas Gulf Coast, complete with naturalistic habitats where alligators, turtles, bullfrogs, and other wildlife live out their daily routines, in settings meant to mimic their homes. This is Dijon, the yellow-footed tortoise, also known as the Brazilian giant tortoise. It is found in the Amazon basin of South America. This is the 6th largest tortoise species on Earth after the Galapagos tortoise, the Aldabra tortoise, the African spurred tortoise, the leopard tortoise, and the Asian forest tortoise. This is a flatfish, often called plate fish. It looks like a plate because it's very flat and lays on the bottom of the tank. A common example is the peacock flounder, Bothus lunatus, a flatfish that has both eyes on one side and blends into sandy bottoms, typically found in sandy or muddy seafloors in warm, shallow marine waters. Bothus lunatus is well camouflaged as it lies on the sandy seabed, often partially submerged in the sediment. It is more visible when it swims, which it does in a series of short glides, remaining close to the rippled sand contours of the ocean floor. This is the underwater rig exhibit. Massive supports rise from the tank floor, transformed into an artificial reef. Fish weave through the structure, using the beams as shelter. What was once industrial now feels alive, proof of how nature adapts even in the most unexpected places. Tigers of the Maharaja's Temple.
There he is! Wow!
As the aquarium adventure comes to an end, the journey doesn't stop underwater. It leads us straight into the gift store, known as the treasure chest. Shelves are packed with ocean-inspired souvenirs, and suddenly the quiet blues of the exhibits give way to bright plush toys, shimmering keepsakes, and playful reminders of everything we've just seen. Stuffed sharks, rays, turtles, and sea creatures line the walls, waiting to be taken home. Nearby, racks of Downtown Aquarium t-shirts, hats, and hoodies offer the perfect way to wear the experience long after the visit is over. Glass cases display small treasures, shell-themed decor, keychains, magnets, and marine-inspired jewelry. The kind of souvenirs that fit easily in a bag but hold big memories. Amusement rides and games at the Downtown Aquarium. Shark Voyage train ride, Hop aboard the CP Huntington train and take a ride through the center of a 200,000-gallon shark tank for an up-close view of a variety of shark species. Diving Bell Ferris Wheel. Venture 100 feet in the air and experience spectacular views of the downtown Houston skyline. Aquatic Carousel. Ever ridden on the back of a dolphin or an alligator? Take a ride on the aquatic-themed carousel. Lighthouse Dive calling all thrill seekers. Dare to drop an exhilarating 65 feet while watching the downtown skyline. At the peak, ridders are treated to spectacular panoramic views of the downtown Houston skyline before the plunge. Dancing fountains. Cool off in the dancing fountains on a hot Houston day. Post Houston, often just called Post, is one of downtown Houston's most unique mixed-use destinations. Part food hall, part rooftop park, part cultural hub.
Want to go check out the garden
Barbara
first on
Jordan
top?
Post Office, transformed
The
into a
garden?
vibrant public space.
Let's check out the garden before we find a place, obviously, that you...
Instead of taking the elevator, we choose the stairs, and this climb becomes part of the experience. Each step feels intentional. The raw concrete beneath our feet, the steel railings at our side, and the open vertical space around us remind us of the building's industrial past. Natural light filters in from above, pulling us upward, level by level. These stairs don't just connect floors, they slow us down, inviting us to look around, to notice the architecture, the scale, the transformation. The stairs deliver us not just to the rooftop, but to the sky. Up here, the pace changes. The sounds of the city soften, replaced by the rhythm of footsteps and the wind moving through the grass. Walking paths guide us across this elevated park, blending nature into the heart of the urban core. This isn't just a rooftop, it's a landscape above the city. From this vantage point, Houston reveals its layers. Glass towers reflect the sky, historic buildings anchor the horizon, and Buffalo Bayou winds quietly below. Every turn offers a new angle, a new frame, a new story. It's the kind of view that makes you stop, just for a moment, and take it all in. Scattered throughout the rooftop are places to sit, gather, and pause. Some visitors come to talk, others to reflect, and some simply to watch the city move beneath them. Post Houston was designed for community, and nowhere is that more evident than up here. The sky lawn stretches across the rooftop, with winding paths that invite us to explore at our own pace. Grass underfoot, open sky above, and Houston unfolding around us. It's an unexpected contrast that works beautifully. This isn't just a rooftop park, it's a place to breathe. We saw people walking, sitting, talking, reflecting. Some come for the views, some for the peace, and others just to escape the streets below for a moment. The Sky Lawn doesn't rush you, it lets you stay. The Sky Lawn is one of the largest rooftop parks in the country. Up here on the Sky Lawn, the greenery does more than decorate the space. It transforms it. Every plant has been carefully chosen to thrive in Houston's climate, turning this rooftop into a living landscape above the city. Native and adaptive grasses sway gently in the wind, softening the industrial edges of the building below. Their movement brings the Sky Lawn to life, creating a natural rhythm that contrasts with the stillness of the skyline beyond. These grasses don't ask for attention, they earn it. Some plants are designed for resilience, drought-tolerant species and Texas natives that can handle the heat, the sun, and the changing seasons. They reflect the spirit of Houston itself, strong, adaptable, and rooted in place. This isn't just landscaping, it's sustainability in motion. Throughout the year, the Sky Lawn subtly changes. Colors shift, textures evolve, and the rooftop feels different with each season, proof that even high above the city, nature still follows its own rhythm. We spot bees, butterflies, and birds moving quietly through the plants. The Sky Lawn isn't just for people. It's a small but meaningful habitat, reconnecting urban life with the natural world. Tucked among the greenery of the Sky Lawn is a quieter moment, a water garden designed to slow everything down. Water glides gently across smooth surfaces, catching the light and reflecting the sky above. Every ripple feels intentional, turning sound into atmosphere and motion into calm. The water garden isn't just decorative, it's part of the rooftop's design language. It cools the space, draws the eye, and invites visitors to stop, sit, and stay a little longer.
Those are the stairs. Let's use that one there.
Beyond the quiet paths and gardens, the Skylawn opens into a different kind of space, the rooftop event area. This is where the rooftop comes alive. Designed with flexibility in mind, the event area transforms with the moment. One day it's open and calm, the next it's filled with music, lights, and energy. The wide layout allows the skyline to remain the star, no matter what's happening on the ground. Here, the city becomes the backdrop.
Oh, you could have it even here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whether it's a live performance, community gathering, or special event, the setup blends seamlessly into the space. Sound, lighting, and staging are thoughtfully integrated, never overpowering, always enhancing the experience. It feels intentional, not intrusive. The Backwoods Sky Farm, neat rows of raised beds stretch across the space, filled with herbs, vegetables, and edible plants thriving under open sky. This isn't decorative greenery. It's functional, productive, and deeply intentional. Here, food begins where the city least expects it. Looking closer, there is healthy soil, vibrant leaves, and the quiet details of cultivation. Each plant tells a story of care, timing, and sustainability, proof that agriculture doesn't need acres of land to make an impact. Backwoods Sky Farm represents a shift in how cities think about food, space, and responsibility. By growing fresh produce right here, Post Houston shortens the distance between farm and table, reducing waste while strengthening community connections. It's local in the truest sense of the word. This space also serves as a living classroom. Visitors learn where food comes from, how it grows, and why urban farming matters, especially in a city as large and diverse as Houston.
So it's actually going downstairs.
Tucked inside Post Houston is a space that feels like a breath of fresh air, Eden Plant Co. Here, shelves and displays are filled with healthy, carefully curated plants, lush foliage, sculptural leaves, and low-maintenance favorites that thrive indoors. Each plant feels intentionally chosen, making the space approachable whether you're a seasoned plant lover or just getting started. This isn't overwhelming, it's welcoming. Eden Plant Co. blends seamlessly with Post's industrial aesthetic. Concrete floors, clean lines, and open light create a modern backdrop that allows the plants to take center stage. Here, greenery becomes the design. More than a plant shop, Eden Plant Co. is about connection, connecting people to plants and plants to place. It encourages a slower pace, a moment of mindfulness, and a reminder that growth can happen anywhere, even downtown.
Oh, the food court.
Now let us check out the food court. Above it all, the space opens wide. High ceilings, exposed concrete, steel beams, and natural light reflect Post's industrial past while giving the food hall room to breathe. It's raw, modern, and intentionally open, letting the experience unfold naturally. The moment you step inside, the energy shifts. Voices overlap, kitchens sizzle, and the air fills with the aromas of flavors from around the world. This isn't just a food hall, it's a global crossroads. Vendor by vendor, cuisine by cuisine, Post Market invites you to travel without leaving downtown Houston. From bold spices and street food classics to comfort dishes and modern twists, every counter tells a story rooted in culture and creativity. Up close, the details matter. Fresh ingredients, careful plating, and hands at work bring each dish to life. Steam rises, sauces drizzle, and colors pop. Food here is as visual as it is flavorful. This is food made to be shared and filmed. Families, friends, couples, and solo explorers move through the hall, choosing different flavors but sharing the same space. Tables fill with conversations, laughter, and plates from multiple kitchens. Proof that good food brings people together. This is community, served daily. Asian street food vendor. Bold flavors hit first, wok-fired dishes, rich sauces, and aromas that pull you in before you even reach the counter. This is comfort food with global roots, made fast and full of flavor. Ramen our noodle vendor. Steam rises from deep bowls of broth, layered with noodles, slow-cooked proteins, and precision toppings. Every bowl here feels personal, crafted, balanced, and meant to be savored. Korean or fusion vendor. Sweet, spicy, and perfectly charred, this is where tradition meets modern street food. Big flavors, bold textures, and plates built to stand out. Mediterranean vendor. Fresh herbs, grilled meats, and warm spices come together in dishes that feel both hearty and bright. Simple ingredients done with intention. Middle Eastern vendor. From slow-roasted meats to vibrant spreads and fresh-baked breads, this counter delivers deep, soulful flavors rooted in tradition and hospitality. Latin American vendor. Sizzling grills, fresh toppings, and recipes passed down through generations. Every bite here is bold, vibrant, and unmistakably comforting. Tex-Mex, Texas-inspired vendor. This is Houston flavor. Big portions, rich spices, and local influence on full display. Familiar, satisfying, and unapologetically bold. Seafood vendor. Fresh, clean, and beautifully prepared. Light flavors balance the heavier dishes around it, offering a coastal pause inside the bustling food hall. The vegetarian vendor, colorful, creative, and thoughtfully composed. This is proof that plant-based food can be just as exciting, filling, and visually striking. Dessert vendor. Sweet finishes steal the spotlight here. Smooth textures, rich flavors, and desserts designed to slow you down after the feast. Coffee, beverage vendor. From crafted coffee to refreshing drinks, this is the reset point. Fuel for more exploring, more filming, and more flavor. Here is Fiona's chosen lunch. Here is Kiana's chosen lunch. Here is our dad's chosen lunch. Tokyo Story, the Japanese toy market. Shelves overflow with collectible figures, capsule toys, and pop culture icons straight from Japan. Every corner feels playful, detailed, and full of personality, pulling us into a world where art, design, and fun collide. This is Gerald D. Hines Waterwall Park. A towering wall of cascading water rises 64 feet into the air, one of Houston's most iconic sights. Built in 1983, the water wall wraps around a dramatic semicircular fountain, sending 11,000 gallons of water per minute rushing down its textured surface. Surrounded by oak trees and skyline views of Uptown, it's equal parts urban oasis and architectural statement. Whether you're here for photos, a quiet break, or golden hour vibes, the water wall delivers big city drama with a calming soundtrack of falling water. The water wall is a horseshoe-shaped fountain designed by renowned architect Philip Johnson in collaboration with landscape architect John Burgee. The water wall was commissioned by developer Gerald D. Hines as a centerpiece for the Williams Tower, formerly Transco Tower. At the time, Williams Tower was the tallest building in the world outside a central business district, and the water wall helped define Uptown Houston as a destination. The surrounding 2.77-acre park is lined with live oak trees and gently sloping lawns, making it a popular escape from the city's pace. Despite being steps from busy traffic, the sound of the water creates a natural noise barrier, making the space feel surprisingly peaceful. It's one of the most photographed landmarks in Houston, often used for engagement and wedding photos, travel vlogs, and cinematic B-roll graduation and fashion shoots. The water wall frequently appears in Houston tourism campaigns, symbolizing the city's blend of nature, scale, and ambition. Best time to visit golden hour for soft light and reflections. Evening, when the fountain is illuminated and the city lights kick in. Early mornings are best if you want fewer people in your shots. Fun facts. The water wall circulates over 11,000 gallons of water per minute. On hot Houston days, the mist can feel like a natural air conditioner. It's technically a monumental fountain, not a waterfall, hence the unique name. More than a fountain, the water wall is a reminder of Houston's ability to blend nature, design, and larger-than-life vision, all in one unforgettable place. The Skye Nay Franz is reminiscent of an ancient Roman theater stage.
Right behind us is the NRG Stadium, home of the Houston Texans football team.
NRG Stadium is more than a sports venue. It's a symbol of scale, spectacle, and Texas-sized ambition. Opened in 2002, it made history as the first NFL stadium with a retractable roof, forever changing how major events could be experienced, rain or shine. This is the Houston Astrodome. Beyond football, NRG Stadium hosts the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo, one of the largest events of its kind in the world. Now we are at the Houston Museum of Fine Arts. It was late in the afternoon, and the museum was already closed for the day. We enjoyed the outdoor artworks. Starting with the
Cloud Column.
The Cloud Column, created by India-born, British world-renowned artist Anish Kapoor. This towering stainless steel sculpture acts like a vertical mirror, stretching 48 feet into the sky. Its surface bends and warps everything it reflects. Clouds slide across polished steel. Skyscrapers curve inward. People passing by become part of the artwork, their reflections elongated and reshaped as they move. Nothing appears quite the way you expect, and that's the point. Bird, by Spanish artist Joan Miro. Created in Miro's unmistakable surrealist style, the sculpture doesn't try to look like a bird in any realistic sense. Instead, it captures the idea of one, freedom, flight, and imagination. The Dance, by American artist Linda Ridgway. It captures motion in a form that feels both powerful and intimate. Two abstract figures lean toward one another, their bodies curved and intertwined. The Walking Man, by French artist Auguste Rodin. It captures motion in its purest, most human form. Unlike traditional statues, Rodin didn't sculpt a fully detailed figure. The head and arms are missing. Conversation with the Wing, by Italian artist Pietro Consagra. This abstract sculpture, crafted in sleek steel, twists and arcs like a wing caught mid-gesture, as if frozen in a conversation with the wind itself. Decanter, by American artist Frank Stella. Stella's work doesn't try to imitate reality. It celebrates form, color, and rhythm. Its sweeping arcs and layered surfaces twist dynamically. Made of polished metal and painted surfaces, Decanter interacts with light and perspective. McGarry, by American artist Mark Di Suvero. Di Suvero is known for transforming raw steel I-beams into expressive, almost calligraphic forms, and McGarry captures that balance between mass and motion. Exhaling Pearls, by American artist Joseph Havel. Havel's work blends poetry, motion, and material. Flora, Nude, by French artist Aristide Maillol. New Forms, by British artist Tony Craig. Atom, by French artist Émile Antoine Bourdelle. It captures the very essence of humanity in bronze. Unlike polished, idealized figures of earlier eras, Bourdelle emphasizes muscle, tension, and presence, giving the figure a sense of both power and vulnerability. The River, by French artist Aristide Maillol. It captures movement not through speed, but through balance and gravity. The female figure twists gently, her body stretched horizontally as if shaped by the current of water itself. There is no struggle here, only surrender, calm, and inevitability. The Large Horse, by French artist Raymond Duchamp-Villon. The large horse is not a realistic animal sculpture. Instead, Duchamp-Villon abstracts the horse into mechanical geometric forms, transforming muscle and motion into something that feels almost like an engine. Gymnast 2, by British artist William Tucker. The Back series, by French artist Henri Matisse. Each sculpture depicts a female nude seen from behind, standing upright with arms raised. Across the 4 versions, Matisse progressively simplifies the figure. Two-Circle Sentinel, by American artist David Smith. The sculpture is composed of stacked geometric elements, vertical beams, plates, and 2 circular forms near the top. It stands tall, thin, and frontal, almost like a watchful figure. Memory of Machu Picchu 3, The Terraces, by Colombian artist Eduardo Ramirez Villamizar. The Pilgrim, by Italian artist Marino Marini. The figure stands upright and frontal, simplified almost to a primitive form. Arms hang close to the body or are slightly open. The head is reduced, often mask-like. The body feels rigid, still, and vulnerable. There is no sense of movement forward. This pilgrim is paused, not traveling. Now let's go check out the nearby PNC Roof Garden. Located atop the Glassell School of Art at the Museum of Fine Arts, Houston, the PNC Roof Garden is an outdoor terrace designed as both a gathering space and a contemplative overlook. Open-air garden above the campus, framed by clean, modern architecture views, stretch toward downtown Houston, Herman Park, and the Museum District. The space is deliberately restrained. Simple plantings soften the concrete and steel. A reflecting water element mirrors the sky and surrounding buildings. Benches and open paths encourage stillness rather than movement. It's not a decorative garden, it's a breathing space. The roof garden reflects modern architectural thinking. Nature as structure, not ornament. Open space as part of the learning environment. Art, architecture, and landscape treated as one experience from above. The city feels distant. From the city, the garden is almost invisible. Like many modern sculptures nearby, meaning comes from absence and restraint. The viewer completes the experience. Space itself becomes the subject. It pairs naturally with modern works by artists like David Smith, Matisse, and Marini, where form and presence matter more than decoration. The PNC Roof Garden offers a rare, quiet viewpoint in Houston, a transition between art, education, and city life. A moment to look outward and inward at the same time. Mecom Fountain. The Mecom Fountain was completed in 1964 and was designed by architect Mies van der Rohe's collaborator, Philip Johnson, along with landscape architect Harlan Bartholomew. It was commissioned by the Mecom family as a gift to the city, intended to mark a ceremonial gateway into the Herman Park.
Herman Park Railroad, a family favorite in Houston for over 70 years. Thank you for joining us today. The railroad is operated by Herman Park Conservancy. We are a nonprofit organization dedicated to the improvement and stewardship of Herman Park for over 3 decades now. Please remain seated and keep your hands and feet inside the train at all times. Your journey around Herman Park will take 20 to 25 minutes, and we will return here to the interstation where everyone will need to exit and re-enter the line to continue their trip. It's now time to sit back and enjoy your ride. Together, we will explore beautiful Herman Park as we ride along the railroad's winding track. We will first pass the complete picnic area, complete with picnic tables, grills, shady trees, and a swing set. This area also includes the PNC Imagine Nature Playground, taking inspiration from nature such as boulders, wildlife, and forests. These 7 unique and interactive areas encourage our youngest Herman Park visitors to play their own way. Your locomotive today is the ExxonMobil Express. The train is a 1/3 scale replica of the famous 1863 CP Livingston engine that was used in the construction of the first transcontinental railroad.
Welcome aboard the Herman Park Railroad, one of Houston's most beloved traditions, and a small train with a big place in the city's heart. Nestled inside Herman Park, this miniature railway isn't just a ride, it's a journey through generations of memories. The tracks curve gently beneath towering oak trees, their branches forming a shaded tunnel overhead. Sunlight flickers through the leaves, casting moving patterns across the cars as the rhythmic click of the rails sets the pace. This miniature railroad has been circling Herman Park for decades, quietly becoming part of Houston's rhythm. It doesn't rush. It doesn't compete with the city. Instead, it invites you to slow down.
The portable Trojan Bear by Texas-based artist Jim Wolf can be seen on the right side of the screen. It has been in the park since 1974. Just across Herman Park Drive on your right is the Herman Park Golf Course, built in 1922. It is both find a oasis and part of it. Herman Park is a great place to come and stretch your legs. On your right is the Marvin Taylor Trail, which offers runners and walkers a picturesque 2-mile path, much of it under the shade of our historic live oak. The trail also features an exercise station along it. On your left is Miller Outdoor Theater, which offers a diverse range of world-class entertainment to the public, free of charge. Tickets are available on your website one day before each performance for cover seats, where you can bring a few spectators and sit on the lawn. Traditions. On your right, McGovern Centennial Garden, commemorate Herman Park Centennial 2014. Herman Park Conservancy transformed the former Houston Garden Center site into the 8-acre McGovern Centennial Garden. Visitors can explore a variety of garden rooms arranged around the spacious central lawn, named the Arid Garden, the Rose Garden, the Celebration Garden, the Woodland Garden, and the Musical Family. The gardens are built waiting for reception and parties.
Steel tracks guide us beneath, towering oak trees, their branches forming a natural canopy overhead. Sunlight flickers through the leaves, dancing across the cars as the breeze carries the scent of grass and water. MD Anderson Station.
At all times to keep your hands and feet inside the train. If you are just joining us, please note you must exit at Kinder Station and return to the line to continue your ride through the park. We apologize for any inconvenience as there may be a wait during peak hours. Located along Gray's Bayou, the McWilliams Dog Park features dedicated off-leash areas for both large and small dogs, water play features, and dog wash stations. Williams Dog Park is open Tuesday through Sunday from 6 a.m. to 11 p.m. You will soon be crossing Lindsay Plaza. On your left, you'll see the Jones Reflection Pool. On your right, you'll see the Sam Houston Monument, which depicts the Texas hero pointing towards the San Jacinto battlefield where Texas won its independence in 1836.
From this low, rolling vantage point, Herman Park feels different. Open lawns stretch wide, dotted with picnics and passing joggers. Families wave as the train glides by. Children lean forward in their seats, eyes wide, taking in every turn like it's the greatest adventure of the day. Mary Gibbs and Jesse H. Jones Reflection Pool. Pioneer Memorial Obelisk. As the train curves through shaded paths and open fields, we catch glimpses of Herman Park's many personalities. Quiet corners made for reflection, busy walkways alive with movement. And beyond the trees, hints of Houston's skyline remind us that this peaceful loop exists right in the middle of a major city.
We are now approaching Kemah Station, access to the Japanese garden, next to the university and the metro rail. If you get off at this stop and would like to continue your ride later today, please show your ticket or barcode attachment to the flight. Space may be limited.
For many Houstonians, the Herman Park Railroad is a tradition. First rides as toddlers, return trips with younger siblings, and years later, coming back with children of their own, watching history repeat itself one lap at a time. Sunset Boulevard, train station.
I'd like to remind you to remain seated and keep your hands and feet inside the train at all times. For passengers getting on for the first time, please remember you must exit the train at Kemah Station and re-enter the line to continue your trip to Herman Park. You'll also need your ticket or barcode for your home. On your left is the Japanese garden. The waterfall, bridges, paths, and a traditional
Japanese garden. The garden was designed by Tokyo landscape designer Ken Nakajima and opened in 1992.
Japanese gardens open year-round and Korean charter. Herman Park is uniquely able to include a quality of life for millions of annual visitors. If you enjoy spending time at Herman Park, why not give back to a place that provides so much to Houston, its residents, and its visitors? Herman Park Conservancy relies on the support of generous individuals and organizations to continue its efforts to maintain and care for our park. Visit hermanpark.org/support for more information about donating to our park.
Herman Park isn't just a park, it's a living postcard of Houston. Spanning 445 acres just south of downtown, this iconic space blends nature, culture, and history into one continuous escape from the city rush. There's Miller Outdoor Theater, a Houston treasure. Free performances from symphonies and Shakespeare to jazz and cultural showcases light up the evenings, turning the hillside into a community gathering under the stars. As the sun sets and the stage lights glow, the lawn fills with people, some seated, some dancing, all connected by music under the Texas sky. What makes Herman Park special isn't just what's inside it, it's how it's used. Morning workouts turn into afternoon picnics. Quiet walks become spontaneous conversations. Solo moments of reflection blend into shared experiences with strangers who feel like neighbors, even if only for a moment.
We are now entering Herman Park Conservancy's newest project at Common. Part of Herman Park's master plan is a 26-acre area featuring inclusive play areas, rejuvenating natural habitat and amenities for the whole community to enjoy. Play skates, an amazing water play garden, picnic tables, grills, and shade structures. The Commons also features the Lost Family Carousel. Tickets are only $5 per ride and are available for purchase. You'll find the carousel at the Conservancy gift shop or online at hermanpark.org. If you're not already considered becoming a Conservancy member, members receive special benefits including complimentary train and boat tickets, access to the members-only express boarding line to the train and Biddleville, and free train rides on the second Saturday of each month. Please see if your service is a member if interested. Sign up or join online at hermanpark.org.
Statue of George H. Herman.
Houston-based artist Trenton Doyle Hancock has transformed the interior walls of our train tunnel into a fantastical landscape populated with creatures both real and imagined. Destination Mountain is a contribution to an ongoing narrative of the artwork of the mountain. Mythical half animal and half plant characters.
Stepping into the colorful, imaginative world of Trenton Doyle Hancock, we're entering a place where mythology, comics, and personal narrative collide. Born in 1974 in Houston, Texas, Hancock has become one of the most unique voices in contemporary art, blending painting, drawing, sculpture, and installation to create immersive experiences. At the heart of his work is a story, an ongoing, fantastical saga about the Mounds, a race of creatures battling the Vagans, who represent destructive forces in Hancock's universe. Through this narrative, Hancock explores themes of identity, race, childhood, spirituality, and transformation, often reflecting on his own experiences growing up in Houston. Brightly painted, compact, and meticulously maintained, the train instantly feels approachable. Its cheerful colors, reds, yellows, and blues, catch the sunlight as it rolls along the tracks, inviting both children and adults to climb aboard. Every curve of the engine and each miniature car is designed for nostalgia, a gentle reminder of childhood joy. The engine itself is surprisingly powerful for its size. It puffs quietly but steadily along the winding tracks, giving passengers the smooth feeling of motion without overwhelming speed. Its whistle punctuates the air at curves and crossings, a friendly sound that has become iconic in Herman Park. The passenger cars are small but comfortable, designed for families and visitors of all ages. Wooden benches line each car, offering unobstructed views of the park. From these seats, riders see the gardens, the lake, and the trains winding past the decorative barn and pedal boats, scenes framed perfectly for photography or quiet reflection. One of the train's most charming characteristics is its gentle pacing. It's never rushed. Instead, it encourages passengers to notice the details: the rustle of leaves, the reflections on McGovern Lake, the laughter of children playing nearby. Every trip becomes a miniature journey through the park, a moment to slow down and enjoy the surroundings. Statue of George H. Herman. George Herman was a philanthropist, businessman, and one of the most influential benefactors in Houston's early history. When he passed away in 1914, he left behind a gift that would change the city forever: the land that became Herman Park. The train also carries a sense of tradition and care. Maintained at the nearby train barn, every wheel, coupling, and engine part is carefully inspected and repaired. It's a ride built to last, one that generations of Houstonians have grown up with and returned to again and again. Mullenweg train station.
Stainless steel circles which reflect light and scatter the visible surroundings into tiny, shifting, moving across the sculpture like an analog.
The Tiffany & Co. Foundation Bridge. At the heart of Herman Park lies a stretch of water that feels almost timeless: the McGovern Lake. The 8-acre lake has been described as the sparkling jewel that anchors the park and its surrounding attractions. Dedicated in 1936, the Pioneer Memorial Obelisk honors the early pioneers of Harris County, the men and women who shaped Houston long before skyscrapers defined the skyline, long before highways, before museums, before the city expanded outward in every direction. There were people who built lives from uncertainty and persistence.
Building on your right is a conservancy ground foundation program supporting the conservation and maintenance efforts of the park. On behalf of the Park Conservancy, thank you for riding the Park Road. Please stop. Please exit to the right in front of the tree. Enjoy the rest of your day. This is a reminder that all passengers must get off at this stop. If you'd like to continue your journey, you will have to proceed into the line.
The Herman Park Railroad is its storyteller, quietly carrying generations through the same winding path, reminding us that sometimes the best way to experience a place is to let it roll by, one gentle turn at a time. At the center of Herman Park, water rises into the air, the McGovern Lake Fountain. It doesn't roar, it doesn't rush. Instead, it lifts gently from the lake, sending clean white streams upward before they fall back in soft rhythm. The sound is steady, soothing, water meeting water, creating a natural pause in the middle of Houston. Surrounding the fountain, McGovern Lake stretches wide and open, reflecting sky, trees, and passing clouds. Pedal boats drift across the surface, moving slowly enough to feel intentional, as if the lake itself sets the pace. The fountain becomes the lake's heartbeat, constant, grounding, and quietly powerful. The pedal boats moves at its own pace, guided not by engines or urgency, but by steady, rhythmic motion. Families laugh as they find their rhythm. Couples drift side by side, letting the boat glide wherever the water takes them. Some riders pedal with purpose, cutting clean lines across the lake. Others stop altogether, letting the boat rest as the fountain rises nearby, sending its steady spray into the air. The pedal boats don't rush you. There's no route to follow, no finish line waiting. The experience is about presence, about floating in the middle of a city without feeling surrounded by it. Standing near the edge of Herman Park is a figure that shaped not only a city, but an entire state, the statue of Sam Houston. Cast in bronze and grounded in quiet authority, the statue captures Sam Houston in a moment of resolve. His posture is steady, his gaze fixed forward. There's no movement, yet everything about the figure suggests action, leadership forged in moments of uncertainty. Sam Houston's legacy runs deep in Texas history. Soldier, statesman, and the first elected president of the Republic of Texas, his influence helped define the direction of the region long before it became the state we know today. And here, at the edge of Herman Park, his presence feels intentional, watching over a space built for future generations. The statue doesn't stand alone, it exists within motion. Joggers pass by, trains circle nearby, families wander between museums and gardens. Life continues all around it, just as history continues to shape the present. From certain angles, the statue aligns with the open green spaces of the park. From others, it frames the skyline beyond. That balance feels symbolic. Sam Houston rooted in the past, yet facing forward, toward what's next. As sunlight shifts across the bronze surface, the statue changes character. In the morning, it feels sharp and defined. At midday, strong and commanding. And by evening, softened by shadows, almost contemplative, like a reminder that leadership isn't only about strength, but reflection. In a park dedicated to gathering and openness, the Sam Houston statue stands as a quiet guardian of history, connecting the land beneath your feet to the stories that shaped it. Welcome to the Houston Zoo. Opened in 1922, the Houston Zoo has grown into one of the most visited zoos in the United States, home to more than 6,000 animals representing hundreds of species. Every path you walk here is designed to feel immersive, drawing you closer not just to wildlife, but to the environments they come from.
Does that remind you of somewhere we went?
Oh, the iguana pig.
The iguana park in Roden.
Galapagos Islands exhibit, where volcanic landscapes, rare wildlife, and evolutionary history come together in one immersive experience. Inspired by the remote archipelago off the coast of Ecuador, this exhibit transports visitors into a world shaped by fire, water, and time. One of the first residents we encounter is the Galapagos giant tortoise. Moving slowly and deliberately, these ancient animals seem to carry history on their backs. Some species of Galapagos tortoises can live well over 100 years, making them true symbols of endurance and evolution. Nearby, marine iguanas cling to warm rocks, their dark, textured skin blending into the volcanic landscape. These reptiles are unique in the world, the only lizards that forage in the ocean. Built by evolution to survive harsh conditions, they embody the adaptability that made the Galapagos famous. Here is the Sea Lion Viewing Tunnel. Each year, the zoo eliminates the use of more than 300,000 single-use plastic bottles. That's more than 6 tons of plastic. Each year, the zoo eliminates the use of more than 80,000 single-use plastic bags. That's enough to cover this entire exhibit. Each year, the zoo eliminates the use of more than 23,000 single-use plastic straws. Laid end to end, that's just over 3 miles of straws. Floating silently through the water, jellyfish appear less like animals and more like living art. With translucent bodies, trailing tentacles, and rhythmic pulses, they move as if guided by the ocean itself. No rush, no resistance, just flow. Jellyfish have drifted through Earth's oceans for more than 500 million years, long before dinosaurs, before coral reefs, before most life as we know it. They are among the oldest creatures still alive today.
Let me take a picture of you and this one because we love yellow.
Beneath, the surface of the ocean lies, a world shaped by motion, patience, and ancient design. Here, 3 icons of the sea move through blue depths: sharks, rays, and sea turtles, each telling a story millions of years in the making. Hidden among rocks, coral, and shadowed crevices lives one of the ocean's most misunderstood creatures, the eel. With a body that moves like liquid and eyes that seem to follow every motion, eels feel almost mythical, as if they belong to another time. At first glance, penguins look almost comical: upright bodies, tiny waddling steps, and curious expressions. But beneath that playful appearance lies one of nature's most impressive survival stories. Welcome to the world of penguins, masters of both land and sea. This globe shows the location of the Galapagos Islands and the location of Houston, Texas. The Houston Zoo has shown us every corner of the natural world. We turn a bend in the path, and suddenly, the past comes roaring back to life. Towering above the trees stands an animatronic dinosaur, moving, breathing, and watching as if time itself has folded in on us. This isn't just an exhibit, it's a journey millions of years into Earth's history. As the dinosaur shifts, muscles ripple beneath textured skin. Its head turns, a deep echoing sound breaks the air. Scampering across the sandy terrain, a tiny but fascinating group catches our eye: meerkats. At the Houston Zoo, these small, vigilant mammals aren't just cute. They're masters of teamwork, survival, and alertness. With their upright posture and twitching noses, meerkats seem almost aware of every movement around them. And in fact, they are. Asian elephant habitat. The elephant habitat is one of the zoo's most moving experiences. Watching these gentle giants roam, socialize, and interact reminds you just how complex and emotional animals can be. Every movement feels deliberate, every interaction meaningful. The zoo's elephant care program focuses on enrichment, space, and well-being, allowing visitors to witness natural behaviors while learning about the challenges elephants face across Asia. Asian elephants are some of the largest and most intelligent land animals on Earth. This is their habitat, carefully designed to reflect the forests and grasslands of Asia, where elephants have roamed for millions of years. Asian elephants are deeply social creatures. Herds are matriarchal, led by the oldest female, whose wisdom guides every decision: where to eat, where to drink, where to seek shelter. Younger elephants learn by observation, mimicking adults in ways that ensure survival. As the elephants slowly wander through their habitat, trunks reaching for leaves and eyes full of gentle curiosity, it's impossible not to feel a sense of connection. These creatures have roamed the earth for millions of years, and yet, here in Houston, they continue to inspire awe, respect, and a sense of shared responsibility. African painted dogs, black, gold, white, and brown, painted in patterns no two alike. These are African painted dogs, one of Africa's most successful hunters and one of its most endangered predators. They are rarely alone. Where one goes, the pack follows. African painted dogs are instantly recognizable by their large, rounded ears and lean, athletic bodies. Every ear twitch, every glance, every step signals communication. In this world, teamwork isn't optional, it's survival. Each dog's coat is unique, like a fingerprint, making every individual unmistakable within the pack. Plain zebra. At first glance, zebras seem familiar, almost simple. But look closer and you'll discover one of nature's most striking and complex designs. This is the plain zebra, the most widespread of all zebra species, and a true icon of the African savanna. Each zebra stands tall and alert, ears constantly turning, eyes scanning the horizon. Though they often appear calm, plain zebras are always ready to react. Southern ground hornbill. With jet black feathers, piercing eyes, and flashes of bold red on its face and throat, the southern ground hornbill looks less like a bird and more like a guardian of the African plains. This is one of the largest hornbill species in the world. American black bear. Despite its size, the American black bear is one of North America's most adaptable mammals. Calm, curious, and incredibly intelligent, this bear is a symbol of wilderness that has learned to survive in a changing world. Malayan tiger. Moving silently through dense forest shadows is a predator few ever see in the wild, the Malayan tiger. Powerful, elusive, and critically endangered, this tiger is one of the rarest big cats on Earth. Every step it takes is a lesson in patience. The Malayan tiger emerges from cover, orange and black stripes breaking the green of the jungle. Unlike tigers of open plains, the Malayan tiger thrives in dense, humid forests, where silence is its greatest weapon. As the paths of the Houston Zoo slowly guide us back toward the exit, one final stop brings the experience full circle: the Houston Zoo store. Bright, welcoming, and full of life, this space captures the spirit of everything we have just seen. Inside, shelves are filled with plush animals inspired by the zoo's residents: tigers, elephants, giraffes, penguins, and bears, all waiting to be chosen. Children linger, hugging their favorites, reluctant to let the day end. Colorful displays of toys, books, and games turn curiosity into learning, keeping the wonder of wildlife alive long after the visit is over.
Welcome to Houston Museum of Natural Science.
The Houston Museum of Natural Science, abbreviated as HMNS, was established in 1909 by the Houston Museum and Scientific Society, an organization whose goals were to provide a free institution for the people of Houston focusing on education and science. The museum complex consists of a central facility with 4 floors of natural science halls and exhibits, the Burke Baker Planetarium, the Cockrell Butterfly Center, and the Wortham Giant Screen Theater. In 2022, the museum received 1,520,000 visitors, making it the 7th most visited museum in the United States and the 3rd most visited science museum in the U.S. HMNS is the most visited museum in the country, outside of the New York City or Washington, D.C. metropolitan areas. Much of the museum's popularity is attributed to its large number of special or guest exhibits. The day of our visit at HMNS, Eka Chen is the featured artist of a special exhibition titled The Eternal Garden, Titanium Art by Eka Chen. This exhibition includes about 20 works, from delicate small pieces to large sculptural installations, crafted from titanium and often representing botanicals, wildlife, and garden-inspired themes. Matter and Motion. Quantum Chemistry to Astrophysics is a permanent, immersive science exhibition that explores the fundamentals of matter, chemistry, physics, and the cosmos through hands-on interactives and multimedia experiences. It is designed to bridge chemistry and physics, showing how they work together to explain the nature of the universe, from the tiniest particles to galaxies. The hall covers everything from quantum chemistry to astrophysics, making complex science accessible and engaging for visitors of all ages. Walk inside human brain. This is a big, detailed model of a human brain that you can explore up close. It's designed to help visitors understand how the brain functions, including chemical and physical processes, and is one of the centerpieces of the Matter and Motion Hall. The Foucault Pendulum. Mass, 180 pounds. Length, 61.6 feet. Period, 8.71 seconds. Swing angle, 5 degrees. The Foucault pendulum is a large physics demonstration named after the French physicist Jean-Bernard Léon Foucault, who first showed this setup in 1851. As it swings, it appears to slowly change direction, not because the pendulum itself is rotating, but because the Earth is rotating beneath it. This makes it a classic and visual proof of Earth's rotation. The Morean Hall of Paleontology. Welcome to a prehistoric safari. Here we met the heroic microbes that battled acid seas and poisonous air, and won. We will greet multitudes of trilobites, each one a jewel of evolution. Ferocious fish will guide us through the conquest of land, and a Texas finback will introduce us to our own ancient reptilian ancestors. Dinosaurs carry the story through Age of T-Rex, but the journey will not be smooth. Sudden mass extinctions will punctuate your progress. Wave after wave of new and marvelous beasts will seize control of the ecosystem, only to suffer disaster from mysterious causes. Morean Hall of Paleontology is one of the most impressive dinosaur and fossil exhibits in North America, a massive paleontology exhibition dedicated to the history of life on Earth, as told through fossils and skeletons. The hall spans a vast timeline, showcasing prehistoric life from ancient marine organisms and early vertebrates through the age of dinosaurs and into the era of mammals. This is the bony fish. Pioneering paleontologists of the early 1800s gave the Devonian period an opt name, the Age of Fishes. This is a Dimetrodon, a prehistoric predator that lived during the Permian period long before the dinosaurs. Giant palm frond, sabalites and fish, Diplomistus and the smaller Knightia. The Paula and Rusty Walter Mesozoic Gallery is the dinosaur-focused section within the Morian Hall of Paleontology at HMNS. It was funded by a donation from Paula and Rusty Walter through Walter Oil and Gas and opened around 2012 as part of the museum's expansion of its prehistoric exhibits. This gallery highlights some of the most spectacular dinosaur skeletons and lifelike mounted dinosaur displays in the museum, including Triceratops, posed as it might have looked in life, multiple Tyrannosaurus rex skeletons, including famous specimens like Bucky, a subadult T-Rex, alongside others. Diplodocus, showcased in dramatic reared poses Stegosaurus and other iconic Jurassic giants, additional large theropods and herbivores displayed in dynamic scenes that bring the Mesozoic era to life. The gallery is designed to immerse visitors in the world of dinosaurs and illustrate how these creatures lived, moved, and interacted during the Mesozoic era, from the Triassic through the Jurassic and into the Cretaceous. Farish Hall of Texas Wildlife. This exhibit focused on the native animals and ecosystems of Texas, from common species to rare, endangered, and extinct ones. Farish Hall showcases Texas's incredible natural diversity through realistic dioramas and displays, representing the state's major habitats, biomes, such as the piney woods, coastal prairie, wetlands, Rio Grande dry forest, high plains, and Guadalupe Mountains. Over 425 specimens representing about 250 species, including birds, mammals, reptiles, and fish native to Texas. Displays range from familiar animals like deer, alligators, and waterfowl to rare, endangered, or extinct species, including ocelots, whooping cranes, and passenger pigeons. Dioramas depict animals in lifelike settings, showing their relationships with habitat and ecology. Many displays highlight species that have recovered from near extinction or face threats today, a reminder of humans' impact on nature. Farish Hall is a comprehensive, visually rich presentation of Texas wildlife, perfect for learning about biodiversity, ecology, and conservation through immersive scenes and specimens. Now we are in the John P. McGovern Hall of the Americas exhibit. This exhibit celebrates the indigenous cultures and histories of the Americas, from the Arctic through North, Central, and South America. A cultural anthropology and archaeology gallery dedicated to the diversity, creativity, and resilience of indigenous peoples across the Americas. The hall displays hundreds of artifacts, belongings, including tools, ceramics, textiles, beadwork, ceremonial items, and traditional objects that document a wide range of cultural practices and lifeways. It emphasizes not just ancient history, but also continuity into the present day, showing how indigenous communities and traditions endure and evolve. Now we are in the Hall of Ancient Egypt exhibit. It immerses visitors in the life, beliefs, and funerary culture of one of history's most fascinating civilizations, ancient Egypt. It's one of the museum's most popular cultural galleries. They are artifacts that reveal how ancient Egyptians lived along the Nile River, including tools, pottery, jewelry, and figurines showing agricultural and domestic life, models and displays, like a Nile boat and river scenes, illustrating the river's central role in transport, farming, and religion. Amulets, statues, and animal mummies, reflecting beliefs in gods and the journey to the afterlife. Canopic jars, used to hold internal organs after mummification. Preserved mummies, and sarcophagi, dating from the Old Kingdom through the Roman era. Coffins and burial goods, showing how Egyptians prepared for death and the afterlife. Jewelry, masks, and ornate personal items illustrating wealth and craftsmanship. Didactic elements such as hieroglyphic explanations, and educational media, including replicas of key objects like the Rosetta Stone, to help us understand ancient writing and beliefs. The West Energy Hall Exhibitions. This exhibition, dedicated to the science, technology, history, and future of energy, especially focusing on the oil and gas industry that's central to Houston's identity, plus how energy systems evolve toward renewables. It is a 30,000 square foot hall, about the size of a football field, that explores energy from formation to use, from petroleum geology and drilling tech to renewables and future sources like solar, wind, geothermal, and fusion. It blends science education with engaging, immersive experiences using interactive displays, simulations, video, scale models, and hands-on activities. A lifelike offshore drilling rig floor, complete with machinery and tools like a tri-cone rotary drill bit suspended overhead, illustrating oil exploration tech. Reservoirs and production, generously supported by Shell Oil Company. NRG City is one of the signature centerpieces inside the West Energy Hall. NRG City is a large, detailed 3D scale model of Houston and the surrounding Gulf Coast region. It uses projection mapping, lighting, and animation to show how energy is produced, transported, and used in a modern city. The model visually explains oil and gas production, onshore and offshore, refineries and petrochemical plants, pipelines and ports, electric power generation and transmission transportation systems, renewable energy sources, wind, solar, etc. As the lights move across the city, you can see how energy flows from source to consumer, from underground reservoirs and offshore rigs to homes, businesses, and industry. Shows why Houston is called the energy capital of the world, connects geology, engineering, and everyday life. NRG City, generously supported by Chevron. The West Energy Hall also looks ahead to how the world may produce, store, and use energy in the coming decades. This area explores next-generation energy solutions and how they can support a growing global population while reducing environmental impact. Now we are at McGovern Centennial Gardens. As we step through the entrance, the pace of the city immediately begins to slow. The sounds of traffic fade, replaced by rustling leaves, flowing water, and the quiet rhythm of footsteps along winding paths. This garden was created to celebrate Herman Park's 100th anniversary, and every detail feels intentional, designed not just to be seen, but to be experienced. A bust of Benito Juarez, lawyer and former president of Mexico. A bust of General Bernardo O'Higgins, Libertador de Chile. The gardens unfold as a series of outdoor rooms, each with its own personality. No single path forces a specific direction. Instead, the landscape invites us to wander, to pause, and to discover. Ahead, gentle slopes guide us toward the garden's most iconic feature, the Garden Mount. Rising nearly 30 feet above the surrounding landscape, this grassy hill spirals upward in a smooth, continuous path. Water trickles down its sides, forming a living waterfall that reflects sunlight as it flows. As you ascend, the perspective changes. Trees frame the skyline. The garden below reveals its symmetry and scale. At the top, the view opens wide, offering one of the most peaceful overlooks in all of Herman Park. This massive tree anchors the landscape. Its trunk is thick and weathered, telling a story that began long before the gardens were ever imagined. Wide, twisting branches stretch outward in every direction, forming a natural canopy that feels protective, almost architectural. From certain angles, the tree frames the garden mount perfectly, nature standing watch beside human design.
You should notice this one.
We encounter a presence that feels both quiet and powerful. The Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. monument. Set among trees and open sky, the monument does not demand attention. Instead, it invites reflection. Dr. King's likeness stands with calm dignity, his expression thoughtful, steady, capturing not a single moment, but a lifetime of purpose. Surrounded by greenery, the monument feels intentionally placed within nature, as if to remind us that the struggle for justice, like a garden, requires patience, care, and unwavering hope. Along the Hawkins Sculpture Walk, where history and nature quietly intersect, we came upon the Mahatma Gandhi Monument, a presence defined not by size, but by meaning. Set gently among trees and open pathways, the sculpture feels calm, almost meditative. Gandhi is depicted with simplicity and humility, reflecting the philosophy he lived by. There is no sense of grandeur here, only intention. The monument doesn't rise above the garden, it exists within it. A soft, continuous rush of water, echoing gently through the landscape. This is the McGovern Garden Falls, one of the most calming and immersive features of the garden. Water spills gracefully down layered stone, flowing in smooth ribbons rather than crashing drops. It's deliberate, measured, designed not to overwhelm, but to soothe. The falls feel less like a spectacle and more like a conversation between water, stone, and time. Texas A&M University. It opened for classes on October 4, 1876, as the Agricultural and Mechanical College of Texas. Set among rolling lawns and quiet lakes on the campus of Texas A&M University, the George H.W. Bush Presidential Library and Museum stands as both a place of history and reflection. The building's clean lines and open spaces mirror the character of the man it honors. This is not just a museum about power or politics, it is a story about service. The museum follows his lifetime of public service, congressman, ambassador, CIA director, vice president, and ultimately the 41st president of the United States. Each role is presented not as a stepping stone, but as part of a broader commitment to duty. This artwork is called The Day the Wall Came Down by American sculptor Verrill Goodnight, depicts 5 horses leaping over actual pieces of the Berlin Wall. There are 2 copies of this sculpture. This is the first one, finished in 1996. The second, finished in 1998, was given as a gift from the United States of America to Germany and is located at Kleallee near the Allied Museum in the former American sector of Berlin. Each sculpture weighs approximately 7 tons and measures 30 feet long by 18 feet wide by 12 feet high. Horses have long symbolized strength, freedom, and perseverance, values deeply woven into American history and the spirit of public service. Here they seem to echo the themes found inside the museum: forward motion, resolve, and steady leadership. From peaceful gardens and powerful monuments to museums that preserve moments that change the world, Houston reveals itself not all at once, but layer by layer, a city shaped by history, diversity, resilience, and quiet reflection. Thank you for joining this journey through Houston, Texas. Until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep moving forward.